Hello there, this is Peter Beckett, I'm the Village Marketer. This is the second go at this particular video. The first one, I don't know what happened, okay? Anyway, thank you very much for watching and listening to me. Peter Beckett, I'm the Village Marketer, and as always, talking to you from my little Thai village way up near the Cambodian border. And my topic for today, 3 ways to get people to like you. 3 ways to get people to like you. Now, hey John, now why in the heck would you want people to like you? I mean, I don't mean fall in love with you for goodness sake, but if you're running a business online and people don't like you, then there's pretty little chance they're going to do business with you either, right? So in other words, you need to get them to at least like you a little bit, to at least listen to what you have to say. And the question is, how in the heck do you do that? Because all of us attract certain people and all of us probably repel certain people. That's the real world, right? It's the way we are. Maybe it's the way we speak. Maybe it's the way we go about whatever we do. I mean, the bottom line is this. In order to get people to like you, right, even a little bit, then you've got to start building some rapport, okay? Yes, sir, and thank you for watching. You've got to start building some rapport. And the way to build rapport is not just with words. I mean, sure, you can ask questions and get to understand them and find some sort of commonality, right? And when you find common ground, you can start building rapport. I mean, we've all heard that, right? But really, hey, Jenna, thanks for coming. But really, only 7% of your communication is going to be done by words, right? 93% of your communication is non-verbal. The body language stuff, etc. And the first of my 3 ways of getting people to like you. And it's called match and mirror. Match and mirror. What's that all about? It's, well, look, people like people who are like themselves. That's the reality, right? So if you can actually talk the way that they're talking. I mean, if you go in to see somebody and they're talking really softly like this, then really you should be returning this discussion in a voice the same. If they're coming out like this, you should come out like this. Match and mirror. Match and mirror. People like people who are like themselves. I'll give you a funny story. A really funny story about this. Many years ago, I had to go to London, right, to talk to this CEO of an engineering company, right? And this guy, he was sort of wired, really hot wired, and he couldn't sit down for more than 10 seconds. And he get up and he was walking around his office. And so I'm walking around behind him, going, oh, this is no good. So he's on one side of the desk walking around, so I copied him and I started walking around the other way and matching his stride. And he would ask questions and I would answer the same way. And if he put his hands up, I'd put my hands up like this. And you know what? He said to me, Peter, I can't recall, but I know you from somewhere. I really know you from somewhere. Because I know people that I really, and I really enjoy meeting people, and people I like I never forget, but I can't recall where it is. I'd never met him before in my life. Never in my life had I met him before. Hey, Leonard. I was just matching and mirroring him. Try it. I don't say walk around the office all the time, but if you match and mirror the way that people are talking with you and sharing with you, I can tell you it's very, very powerful way of communicating. And it also is a really good way to get people to like you, all right? The second one, show positive energy. Here's another example. I mean, because positive energy, when you're positive, it's contagious, for goodness sake, right? And here's a really good story, a really good example. When I was going to buy my first car, and be quite frank, I didn't have much money, it was a second-hand car, right? And I'll tell you up front, I wanted to buy a second-hand Volkswagen Beetle. And in those days, I'll tell you how old it is, in those days the Volkswagen Beetle had little indicators that flipped up on the side, out like this. And they were pretty fancy in those days, right? So, showing my age. Anyway, I went into this car place, right, second-hand car dealership, because I had not that much money, and I couldn't find the car that I wanted. But I met a really lovely sales guy. He was positive and he was really genuine, etc. Right? And I'd been in 4 or 5 other sales yards, and I'd found the VW that I wanted actually. But I was just double checking, right? Because I was limited in dough, right, in money. So I wanted to make sure that the few dollars I had were being spent in the right direction. Anyway, this guy didn't have a Volkswagen on the lot. Didn't have what I wanted, but he had something else. He had a passion, and he had a genuine interest in me, okay? And he didn't try and sell me anything in particular. He just showed interest in me with so much positive energy. And he really got to me. And his name was Malcolm. I still remember that, right? I said, Malcolm, you haven't got a VW Beetle, okay? And I would love to do business with you. And that's the truth, because I felt comfortable with him and I really want to do business with him. I said, what can you do? Can you give me something anywhere close to a VW, okay? Well, the answer was no, he couldn't. But he could do the next best thing. And cut a long story short, I bought from him. I bought from this guy, not the car I really wanted, okay? But it was the same price. And by the way, it was a great deal, a truly great deal. This car lasted another 5 years for me, absolutely mechanically free, all right? And I bought it because this guy had so much positive energy. So that's the second reason why people will like you. Let them see your belief. Let them see your passion. Let them see your confidence in what you stand for and what you offer and how you go about your business. It is contagious. It is a really good way to get liked. Okay? And the third thing is humour. Now, I don't mean you have to be someone who's cracking jokes all the time, right? But be prepared to laugh at yourself. And here is another story to show you by example. Many years ago, okay, well, everything's many years ago for me, right? Many years ago, I was in the life insurance business, and I was relatively new. And I had this appointment with an accountant, okay? And his name was Roger Adams. And this was my very first chance to get a business insurance sale. And in those days, business insurance sales were big premiums and big commissions and a bit of a tick, right? Because it meant that you were moving away from the mum and dads and the family to a more sophisticated level of marketing in the business insurance area, okay? So I went into this serviced office where this guy was, looking for this guy, right? Roger Adams. And because there was a common desk in the bottom, right? Welcome desk. And I said, I have an appointment with Mr. Roger Adams. And rather than check their book, they said, fine, here's a key, okay? They gave me a security key, okay? Here's the key. I can't remember the floor. Say, floor 10, okay? So up I go to floor 10. And there it is, Roger Adams. And I walk in. But as soon as I walk in, I'm thinking, what's going on here? This was Roger Adams, that's for sure. And he came out and he shook me by the hand, okay? Nice to see you. And he said, and I'm sorry for your loss. Tell me, was it a member of your family? This guy was a funeral director. He wasn't an accountant, but he had the same name, right? Roger Adams. And he could see I was lost and I was confused. And to be quite frank, we started having a laugh about it. And I said, look, I'm really sorry, Mr. Adams. I'm in the wrong darn office, right? They sent me to the wrong Roger Adams because I was supposed to see an accountant by the name of Roger Adams. And this Roger Adams is in this same building somewhere. He said, yes, he is. He's on floor 15. But this is floor 10. I said, it's so important to me because it was going to be my very first business insurance sale. But here I am talking to a funeral director. He said, son, have you got a business card? I didn't even have that. That's how I knew I was. I said, no, I don't have a business card. He said, do you know anything about business insurance? I said, yes, I do. Great, how can I contact you? So I wrote out my telephone number. This is before I had mobile phones. Right? I wrote out my telephone number at work and gave it to him. Okay? I said, there you are, Mr. Adams. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry to barge in onto this. And I apologise, I'm with the wrong person. Okay? But it's very important to me that I get my first business insurance sale because I've got a lot of work to do and I'm going to be one of the best I've ever had. And I walked out. Went down to the office, returned the key, got the right key, went up to floor 15 to the accountant, right, who said, you're late. I was thinking, yes, I am late. Okay? This is not good enough for me. If you want to do some insurance work with me, you've got to turn up on time. And I tried to explain to him what the problem was and he wasn't prepared to listen. The bottom line is, I missed out. I missed out on the opportunity with the accountant, okay, at that stage. I actually got back to him later. However, that night, okay, before I left the office to go home, I got a call. And the call was from the funeral director. And he said, Peter, he said, yeah, Roger here. Oh, yeah, Roger, yeah, Roger the funeral director. And he laughed a bit. He said, yes. Have you got time to walk around to see me either later today or first thing in the morning, because I've got some business insurance I'd like to do with you, and in terms of partnership insurance, and I think you might find it very helpful. Okay? Whew. So I went, okay, and yes, it was a really good sale, and yes, I got my first business insurance, and I got it because of a bit of fun, and because I made a fool of myself and prepared to laugh at myself. So that's the second one, okay? Long story, sorry about that. The third one and the last one, well, that is the third one and the last. That'll do. I've gone long enough now. By the way, if you thought some of this was of help to you, please like, please comment, please share, whatever it is. Remember to have a sense of humour, okay? Remember, if you can, to show some emotion that is confidence and belief in what you're doing. And also remember, more than anything else, match and mirror. Match and mirror. 3 powerful ways to get people to like you, because when they like you, as Tony Robbins said, let me finish on this, as Tony Robbins said, if you want people to give you what you want, first you've got to give them what they want. If you want people to give you what you want, then first you've got to give them what they want. And how to find out what they want, you have to build rapport and get them to like you. And use those 3 things I just gave you today, right, as a way to build ways to like you. Because once they like you, you've got a pretty darn good chance of doing business with you. To finish with, if you need some help with sales, this is a promotion, okay, sorry. If you need some help with sales, contact me. I've got a brand new program called Simple Sales Success. If you think you need help with sales, reach out and talk to me, okay? And I'll let you know what it's all about. In the meantime, many blessings to you all from Thailand. Thank you very much for sharing your valuable time with me today. I truly appreciate it. And God willing, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. All right? Take care. Bye for now.